In this section, we're going to talk a lot more about the types of sensors you can attach to your circuits. Sensors can collect lots of real-world data, and there's so many different ones out there, but we're just here to give you a general sense of some of the things you can do. So what is a sensor? It's an electrical device that can translate real-world information into an electric signal. The great thing about that is once you've got it as an electrical signal, you can pass it into your computer and then make decisions based on it. So, what are the different types of sensors? Well, there's physical sensors that can measure things like movement, how high it is. There's electrical sensors that can measure magnetic fields. There's sensors that are visual, meaning they can measure light, color. There's sensors that are thermal and environmental, things like humidity and temperature. There's sensors that are chemical, meaning they can sense how many things exist within a chemical compound. So maybe things like looking for antibodies in blood. And then you have acoustic, which can measure sound waves. So can they tell when someone's talking? Can they tell when a noise goes off? Let's talk about these sensors in a more specific example. Your mobile phone actually has a ton of sensors that come with it, which is why you can write so many cool different apps based on the information that your cell phone is taking in. So, what types of sensors are on your cell phone? Well, there's a couple physical sensors, which are an accelerometer, which tells how high up and how much you move your phone around. There's a gyroscope, which measures the overall position of your phone. So for example, whenever you turn your phone horizontally and then the screen shifts, that's because the gyroscope measured how you moved your phone. And then there's the proximity sensor, which when you put your phone up to your face, sometimes it turns off so that you don't accidentally push buttons. That's because it can sense that it's physically close to you. Then there's the electrical sensor. That's the magnometer, which measures where you are according to the magnetic field of the Earth. This is how your phone knows where you are physically. Then there's the visual sensors, things like the camera, the photocell, that can tell how bright it is outside and figure out how dim or bright to make your screen. Then there's the thermal and environmental sensors. You probably have a barometer and a temperature sensor in your phone that tell the phone when it's too humid to operate or it's too hot to operate. And it usually has fail-safe systems to shut it down when your phone is overheating. Your phone probably doesn't have any chemical sensors in it because that would need to be able to process input as a chemical. But it definitely has an acoustic sensor, meaning it has a microphone because you can speak into your phone and can register that signal and send it to somebody else. There are a million different types of sensors out there, and you can find a lot of them on the different maker websites. Your box comes included with some of them, and we're going to teach you how to use them in this course.